It's the Dead Panda podcast, and we talk about stuff such as stand-up comedy, improv comedy, and we ask people to share the feelings.
Okay, is that the cue? We didn't talk.
We didn't talk about cues.
Yeah, we
should have. Like, I thought you would know.
You should have said like, when I do this or this with my hands. That when I make a bird with my hands, that means you should start.
I know. I just do one of those like stomp.
Exactly. Okay, welcome to the Dead Panda podcast, episode number 2.
Hey, what's up, guys?
As you may have noticed, we are in a little bit different place than we were before. That's because we are at Ace Studios. And this is Mr. Chris Thigpen,
Hi,
co-owner
doing?
of Ace Studios, where we are.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am a local actor and comedian, and I'm also part of Dead Panda Comedy. And I feel like I'm just stuck now because I'm having a brain fart.
It's all good. It's all good.
What do you want to know?
Well, like, how did you get your start in comedy?
Oh, how did I get my start? So I was at Reno Improv, and they were doing an open mic, and actually one of the slots was open because somebody didn't show up, and they were like, "Hey, you wanna you wanna do some comedy?"
What?
I was like, "I don't have any jokes."
Okay, so you just got up there and like talked and improv.
Yeah, honestly, I did. I improvised, and people thought it was funny, but I wasn't really. Yeah, it was improvised, but there was no actual jokes that I wrote, and I mostly just talked about my life, and people thought that was funny, and I was like, but I'm being serious.
Yeah, you're like, there's nothing funny about my life. Yeah. Every once in a while, I feel like we should turn and face the camera. Or maybe we should cheat. Maybe we should cheat a little bit.
We should.
Yeah.
Cheat,
you hear that,
cheat,
Kurt?
cheat.
We should cheat.
Oh no, not on my husband.
Yeah, he's in the next room. So.
He's a serious man.
You're the.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're the funny joke.
Siri was all like, "What about your husband?"
Oh God.
Here, I'm gonna put this way.
She's nosy.
She's a nosy bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, that first open mic, a lot of people. You're only supposed to do like 5 minutes of the mic. A lot of people went way over, especially when you're improvising and just talking
I remember somebody
out
did
of your
like
ass.
13 minutes. And
Yeah.
5 minutes, and I was like, oh.
He's telling a really long story.
Should have stopped him.
But they didn't know. We didn't have a protocol for that.
No,
so.
there was none.
Yeah. But it's a well-oiled machine.
Well, now I feel like it's a lot better, and unfortunately at Reno Improv, you can't just show up.
Yeah.
You have to sign up, and it's all premeditated now, and everything's planned.
Yeah.
You can't just show up like a normal open mic, you know.
Yeah, it's not really an open mic. It's more of a showcase than anything.
You know
but
what? You're right.
I don't know what. Yeah, Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is. Like in other towns like Sacramento, they like ask, oh, who wants to be on it? On this show at Punchline Sac, and then people sign up, so.
Yeah, but this is like, I feel like it's, with our open mic, it's like amateur.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's got a really great following and audience, because everyone's so supportive, like.
Yeah.
And I really like Reno Improv as well, because if someone says like a joke that's way out of hand, they'll probably just play the music and I'm like, okay, you're done.
Yeah. And what kinds of topics would be considered way out of hand?
I haven't heard any, honestly, at Reno Improv. I've heard it at other, when I was in SAC, there was a gentleman who was just degrading trans.
Oh yeah,
do you remember?
Yeah,
you were with us.
So I was right before that guy, I believe.
That's right.
So I didn't hear exactly what he said, but I was like running through my set, and then I was like, "Wait, crap!"
All of a sudden, they played the music.
I'm like, "I'm on? What?"
Yeah, they were like, "No more for you."
Okay, so I probably dealt with a pretty cold crowd at that point.
Yeah, I think it's because people were really turned off.
Yeah.
With the guy before you, so.
Well, I felt like I did well enough for being 2.5 hours.
You brought them back from the
Yeah, I don't know about that. But yeah, is that the only time that you've gone to SAC to the open mics, or did you do another time?
I went again with Dylan.
Okay.
I can't remember when we did that, but we were doing it. We hit up a bunch of open mics. That was another time, and you weren't able to come. I remember that. And nor was Michael or
Steven?
Yes, he wasn't able to come either.
So so the first time we went to comedy spots, and then that was just sort of random.
Stab.
Yeah, and then Stab afterwards.
That's right.
So the Stab mic that lasted like 3 hours, and then the comedy spot like 2.5 to 3, or
yeah, that was.
It's ridiculous.
It's a long waiting period.
I
can't even imagine if it was like in a bigger city like San Francisco or even like cities in New York. It'd be like, you'd probably be there until like 6 a.m. You're like, all right, we gotta start all over.
Yeah, it's crazy to think a lot of places it's like, okay, you show up every Sunday to try to get on and just show your face. You're probably not going to get on until like your 7th try
Well, I mean, I've talked to other comedians when I was in. So I did with Steven. I did what was that place called? Not Punchline.
Cobb's?
Yeah, Cobb's Comedy. I remember there were local comedians that were there and said, I think they said Punchline. You have to show up every Sunday, and you have to be recurring. So they pick you a year later or something. And I was like, what? That's insane.
No.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, like
What about if you're out of town, you know?
Exactly. I got asked to do a Punchline show by someone, but then I was out of town. Like I had to go to Florida. Like I've been wanting I've been wanting to get on that for so long, but then this my opportunity there.
Honestly, I think people who do put on showcases, I love that you're looking at the camera.
Yeah, like I feel like we're two facing each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
I think people want to see our faces. Otherwise, we might as well just like cover them up with the pillows and talk to each other.
Speaking of people wanting to see your face, today it was such a weird day. So I was actually putting up our flyers, and then I was also putting up flyers for the A Studios launch. And as I was crossing the street in Midtown, a guy yells from his truck, "Nice ass!" And then I turned around and he realized I was a dude, and he was like, just honks at the door. I think he panicked and just started honking. And then the same thing happened, you know the Saint, the bar?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I walked out of the Saint, there was this dude in a hoodie and a backpack, and he was like, "Hey mama, where are you going?" And I turned around and he was like, hello.
How does that... Oh my God.
Hello.
They do that kind of stuff on like those prank shows and stuff, but
yeah, but this was like real life, and I was like, what the fuck is... Oh, excuse me, am I allowed to cuss?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Totally.
So I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I immediately texted my husband, and he was all like, you should do a joke about that. What's like to be a lady?
Probably.
Like, oh, well shit, I could.
Like, how often would you say you get catcalled? Like...
It's embarrassing to say. Okay, it happens more than I would like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the optimum amount? Like once a week?
Okay.
Is that what you would like? You're like every once in a while it's nice to get catcalled. But
it's not like when the guy yelled, I was all like, "Thank you." No. I just felt kind of gross.
Just take the compliment and move.
Thank you, sir. Panic and walk away. Okay, so the optimum, and then there's like a minimum. The minimum would be 1.
Okay.
But to be objectified in that way doesn't feel so good. Especially, I mean, you had that. You were there when, I already forgot her name, but she kept telling me how beautiful I was, and it made me feel so uncomfortable. And I remember you looking at the ceiling. I could not. Yeah. I wanted to start busting out laughing when I saw you, like your eyes just like.
Just like, well, and then.
Just felt uncomfortable.
Yeah. I won't mention any names.
Yeah, don't mention any names.
Okay.
So.
But you are beautiful. Really, truly. I don't know. Okay.
He has a girlfriend. She's beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, don't stalk him and like try to find out what his girlfriend looks like. But oh, I'm so sorry. But yes, she's
It'd be pretty
gorgeous.
easy to find out. Just look at my Instagram.
Yeah.
At Westberg Comedy.
I love that shameless plug-in. At Westberg Comedy.
At Westberg Comedy.
And on IG. And then you can find me at The Real Chris Thigpen. I know, it sounds so cheesy.
Yeah. No, seriously, follow him. He's a funny guy. He performs. Where do you mostly perform at?
Mostly, last year I was doing a lot at the Underground, but I've kind of I've tried to back away from that. And I've mostly been enjoying just performing at Reno Improv. And I want to be able to travel more, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
And I did that last year, so I got to perform at Crazy Rich Wine. And I got to perform that was in Sonoma, and then I got to perform in Napa. And then I got to perform in San Francisco. Another place I really want to be able to perform is Los Angeles, so LA. I know someone's going to correct me on that. They're like, it's LA.
I don't know. The name of it is Los Angeles.
Someone's going to be a stickler for that.
I don't know about people watching our podcast or listening.
But yeah, that's the direction I want to go. I want to be able to just travel more, honestly.
Yeah.
And make more connections, I guess.
And this next week, I have like a handful of people that I want to message from like San Francisco and Sacramento. I'm like, hey, I'm available for shows and coming up in April and May. Yeah, because, I mean, it's one of those things you kind of have to do as a comic. You got to annoy people a little bit.
Yeah.
To get your name out.
Hey, Todd. But I honestly, yes, I do agree with you. You kind of do have to keep pushing people's buttons a little bit just to let them know that you're there, you're alive, you know?
Yeah, because there's, this, Morty Stein, Morty the Mortician. I'd forgot that he had, like, messaged me, like, months ago, and I was like, oh, I might be able to get you on in, like, November or December, I'll let you know. And then, like, completely forgot about it, and then I, like, was scrolling through, I was like, through Facebook, I'm like, oh, yeah, Morty exists. And then, and I was like, oh, crap, like, I should really book him for something. So I got him on, in March. He's going to be like 15 to 20 minute feature on the Reno Improv show. So.
That's gonna be
shout out to Morty Stein at I don't know what his at.
He hasn't.
Just look up Morty.
Look at him.
Morty the Mortician.
Yeah, that's right. He has a really funny name, so like I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy to find.
Yeah. And I did like a clean comedy show with him. A few months back, and
I wish I could do clean comedy.
Yeah,
that's not for me.
Yeah, I started out as actually a clean comic for my first few years. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, I was very big into. I was like in the church choir and stuff like that in my hometown and stuff.
I can see that. I can see it.
I look like a choir boy.
I can see you like holding a cross, or I don't know. I don't know. That sounded really weird.
Is that what Christians do?
I suppose you just hold a crucifix all the time.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, got off track. I have like 3 different pathways that I want to go to.
Okay.
One, like, I saw this pornography and like, I don't.
Okay.
And like,
let's share what's going on.
It's always weird. Like, if somebody's wearing like a cross and then they're like pounding some chick, I'm like, huh, okay.
Well, he's a good Catholic and or Christian.
Exactly. Anyway, that was just a sidebar there. Anyway, Morty and Robert Vogel was headlining, and Morty he's like a clean comic. He doesn't say like any bad words and nothing explicit. However, like there's definitely a lot of innuendo in there.
Okay. Because when I think of a clean comic, I think of like Ellen DeGeneres.
He's definitely like TV clean.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I want to.
clean.
I want to call him squeaky clean.
Yeah, I want to get there one day.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
I'm
there's.
never gonna get there.
Yeah, he alluded to like, oh, it couldn't be a closed casket because it was some joke about the patient dying from Viagra, and then it couldn't be a closed casket or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not telling the joke correctly, but that's the premise of it. So it's technically clean, but not like squeaky clean, you know.
Okay. I see what you mean.
But I was hosting that show, so like
How was
it was
that?
stipulated
How was that experience?
that I had to be like squeaky clean. Yeah, like most of the people in the audience.
So like you couldn't talk
like,
about like vaginas, dicks.
No,
or say
no.
Any
Or drugs
profanity or anything.
Correct.
Okay.
Which, like, I thought was going to be hard, but I was going through stuff, I'm like, oh, I actually have a ton of stuff that I can use, and a ton of stuff that I can just remove, like a curse word here or there, and then change it up to be clean. So you might be able to look through your stuff and say, oh, I could, like, tweak this slightly to make it. But sometimes, like, if you do that, the joke just doesn't punch as hard, so I was doing,
I guess, like, it matters on your audience.
Yeah.
So.
I was doing, like, some jokes that were slightly neutered, I would say.
Okay.
And a lot of my songs are kind of dirty, but they're a handful.
There's a handful that's actually, like, pretty clean.
Yeah, exactly.
And you could use it on the road. And, like, well, I guess it could be TV clean, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But he wanted, like, squeaky clean for the host.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know. I'm actually going to be putting on a clean comedy show here in Reno.
Is that what
in
you're
May.
gonna do? Okay.
Yeah.
I
Tentatively
I am not invited.
No, he's not going to be on it. Robert Vogel headlining, and then Grace Hayes is going to feature. So it's going to be awesome. So you may have heard of Grace Hayes. She was on American Idol. She's given a TED Talk. And yeah, she's an amazing singer, and her like TikTok has blown up recently. Ton of people following her because she's been singing like Yelp reviews, I believe.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, you can look it up.
I also don't have TikTok, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, like she's reposted them on YouTube, so you can look them up there.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really funny. Just she's playing a keyboard and singing about
Yelp
like
reviews.
Parts from real Yelp reviews.
Wow.
Just the
That's awesome.
crazy shit that people say. But yeah, she's definitely a clean.
She's a
clean.
Yeah, because like the last time, I think it was one of the Reno Improv open mics that I've seen her, and it was the stuff that she had was pretty clean.
Yeah. I want to say she's a preacher's daughter, but I could totally be wrong on that.
I don't think.
Maybe not.
I thought her dad was a singer actor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
I don't know where I got the other thing.
Okay.
You're
thinking of another Grace.
Yeah, I remember like I was telling a joke like based on religion, like of a joke about not Martin Luther King, but a joke about Martin Luther, and she was like raising her hand up like, oh yeah, and then like I started trashing Martin Luther, and then she was like,
oh no.
Yeah, I felt
that's not what I'm about.
I felt really bad. But yeah, I grew up Lutheran, and Martin Luther, we were taught all the good stuff. Oh, he nailed the 95 Theses to the Catholics and like helped start the Protestant Reformation, but you don't really hear about his later works where he wrote a book like called Of Jews and Their Lies, and he
I also did not know that.
Yeah, he was like a really big inspiration for Hitler and stuff. And he, very anti-Semitic, obviously, and he was basically like, oh, well, if you can try to convert the Jews, and if they don't convert to Christianity, you might as well like kill them and stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
He sounds like a lovely gentleman.
Yes, and my joke has to do with the fact that when I was in college, I was thinking of getting his face tattooed on my back shoulder.
Is that when you were like hardcore?
I was never hardcore, Chris. Well, What's hard?
I guess
about
like
this?
hardcore Lutheran. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I thought you meant like.
But also, you don't look like the kind of man that has a tattoos. Do you?
I have no tattoos.
Oh my God! I was right.
Yeah. However, like I thought about getting a couple different ones in college, but I just never ended up doing it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I got addicted. If you hadn't liked. It's like it's everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, except for so I was in the military for 7 years, and I couldn't have it past like my sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't show when I had my uniform on. So I just looked very proper. But then I left the military, and I'm all like, hey, I'm kind of a hoe. No, I'm not, and I'm married, so I am faithful.
All right.
I don't know why I did that. Like, it's for Jesus.
Faithfulness. Faithfulness for Jesus.
But yeah, so I just had that assumption. I was like, oh, you don't look like somebody who would have like a bunch of piercings, unless you do. Yeah, like
none that you can see.
And you don't look like that as somebody who would have a bunch of tattoos.
Okay. Well, has anyone said you don't look like someone that has been in the military?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Okay. Why do you think that is?
I think it's my mannerism, and I think it's just the long hair. Because a lot of, I guess like a lot of veterans tend to like upkeep the haircut, and I was just
really?
like, no.
Okay. You're like, no, I gotta cut.
I'm gonna grow
Grow it out.
I'm gonna grow it all the way out until it's up to my butt.
And then I can get catcalled all the time.
It happens now.
At least it didn't happen when you had short hair, correct?
Well, even when I had short hair, I would still. It was annoying, but it was mostly gay men, and it wasn't straight men. It was gay men who were really just being gross.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been hit on more times in my life by gay men than women. Just saying.
How was that experience?
Well, like,
do share.
Yeah, when I was living in Spain, like, I went, like, overseas, like, saunas, they're pretty much all, like, gay.
So
yeah.
you knew this bit of information, and you were like,
no,
I'm going there.
I did not.
Oh, you did
time.
not? Okay.
No, like
Wait, what were you doing in Spain?
So I was a teacher there for a year.
Oh, I thought it was just Korea.
So I went to Korea, and then I came back to the States for a few months, and then I taught in Spain for a year.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was in southern Spain, Murcia, or Murcia, as they call it.
Oh, okay.
They don't pronounce their S's.
I love how you pronounce it.
Murcia. And they...
¿Cómo estás?
Well, they don't even say the S's, like... Maybe it was just in this region. Like, I feel like in Spanish the S's...
Is that like southern? Is that southern?
Yeah, it's southern.
Yeah, okay.
It borders not Catalonia, but Andalusia in the south. It borders that, and Valencia. So Valencia and oranges.
I feel like all the way so southern and northern.
Yeah, Murcia. It's like
a little different.
It's the smallest territory, but the city of Murcia has about 500,000 people, I think. Or it might be 250,000, something like that.
Yeah,
look it up on Wikipedia, Jamie.
Google it.
Yeah, if you're curious at all.
If you're a millennial or Gen X, you can Google it right away.
But yeah, they say, ¿Cómo está?
Really?
That's what it sounds like. That's their mercy.
Okay.
Yeah. And, but yeah, it was a pretty good experience overall. But they had, like, the coldest winter that pretty much ever had. Like, it was the first time in, like, 35 years that it had snowed there. And, like, I was just...
Like, close to... Wait, hold on.
Yeah, it's southern Spain, so, like, it's... it like never snows there, so
yeah, I was about to say. I was like, wait, what?
I like didn't work on Fridays, and then I was just at home like sitting on my computer, and then I heard all this screaming and stuff. I'm like, what the heck? Our
Because they were excited, not because they were getting murdered.
Yeah, exactly. My apartment was across the street from a school, and they had let all the kids outside, and like all the kids were in the playground, like running around, like in the snow and catching it on their tongue. Like they were like their minds were blown. Like
I bet.
most of them had.
Never.
I would say 99.9% of them had never seen snow.
Okay.
Like, well, unless they had gone skiing
also, I'm a
or
little
something.
shocked because like I feel like Spain is already towards like the what is that, the Black Sea or no,
Mediterranean.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, but it's like right across from Africa's right
like
there.
Africa's like right there, and Africa is like, if you don't know your geography, Africa's like on the equator, so that's really surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it's global warming. It's real.
Yeah, and snow proves it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, you're trying to tell people like, yeah, it's really super cold and really super warm. Like, yes, the extremes.
So
that
it's
means
too bipolar.
climate change. Anyway, but like, sure, like deny everything you want, but at least like some people deny that we've like ruined our world irreparably. Like, I'm trying to like talk to my parents. I'm like, you can see the pollution, just look outside.
Look outside.
Or like in an airplane, like, oh my God, there's lights
Go down
everywhere.
Oakland. There's just trash everywhere.
Okay, the camera's blinking,
you know,
so we might want to like pause it and then restart it.
All right.
We're coming up on 29 minutes.
All right, let's. We are at 26:40.
Okay.
So let me pause this real quick.
Okay, we'll be back.
Hi, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
There was no ads. We didn't go anywhere. It's pretty seamless for everyone in the audience.
There will be ads one day.
One of these days.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. I think we're going to go with Anchor, so I think they require you to have one of their Anchor ads in there.
Oh.
So.
Like a requirement?
Yeah. And then. Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I think they match you with sponsors if you get enough listens. So, yeah. I just know that Michael, he got some ad revenue in his last podcast. Let's Get Dangerous podcast.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats to Michael Graham.
Yeah, Michael Graham. Oh, maybe I didn't mention. He's the usual co-host of this.
He is.
However, second episode he had to dip out on because he is in Portland right now with his fiance.
Fiance, yes.
Yeah.
Not girlfriend.
No, I almost said girlfriend.
You almost did.
Fiance.
Fiance.
Is that French? Oh, fiance. Yes, exactly.
It sounds dirty when we say it like that.
Okay. And I think I've already asked you this, but for the sake of art. Now, did you propose to Kurt, or did Kurt propose to you?
No, he actually proposed to me. But okay, so let me get to it. Okay. So this is how it worked. For whoever's watching and or listening, we actually had a fight, and I remember I was cleaning out the closet, and I put bags out, and when he came home, he thought I was leaving.
Oh shit!
So we had this like. And I don't remember the exact verbiage of what, and even the accounts of it, but I remember I was like moved to tears, and he was like, "Stay right there," and I was like, "I'm not going nowhere." And he walks to the bedroom, he grabs his backpack, and he pulls out this like brown sack, and I was like, "What the hell? Like, you gonna get me lunch?" And he pulls out like this little. It's like a stone holding thing, and then he opens it and there's a ring, and I was like, oh, that's pretty, and he was like, do you want to get married? And I was like, are you sure? We just had a fight. And And of course I said yes. But honestly, this is not their original ring.
Oh.
Because I lost it. And it had diamonds. Oh no. And he won't get me another one with diamonds. He was like, you're gonna lose that one. But
where do you think you lost it? The gym or something?
No. Okay, so I also used to work for a place called Pantry when I started, when we were starting this company. Because I wanted to be able to focus on the company, but also, I need to pay the bills. And the company was, our first year we weren't really making all that much.
Yeah.
Honestly. And so I was working at Pantry. I was making bath bombs. And, now some girl probably has my ring and probably thought her boyfriend proposed or something.
Is like in a bath bomb.
In a bath bomb, and she's like screaming. She's all like, "Oh my God, Jeremy!"
It's like, yeah,
let's get married, I suppose.
She's like, it's not my size. This is for like a giant, an ogre.
This feels like a man's ring.
Yeah.
What does this mean? That means he didn't actually want to marry you. That's what that means.
Yeah.
But I feel like someone actually has my ring.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hopefully they're enjoying the black diamonds on it.
Or would you... Is that thought better, or would you rather it have been melted down at this point, or...
Melted... How?
How
is it melted down?
Don't they do that, like cash for gold places, or...
Oh, I guess. Like, I hope that's not what she or he...
Yeah.
Or, they. Because, okay.
Maybe a bird picked it up and it's part of a nest.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty.
Anyway. So you worked at Pantry and now Ace Studios.
Yes.
And
so
among other things, they do very lovely portraits.
That is Luke trying to eat a guitar.
Yeah. I just came in today and they have all these portraits on the wall.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow, there's me.
I would love to showcase that to you, but I can't even turn the camera.
Yeah. It's all good.
But yeah, I put Luke on the wall because it's one of my favorite photos.
And I was the first, correct? Or
first comedian.
Oh, okay. You've done like headshots before.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I've been doing headshots for a while now. I mostly do business. However, I'll do like actors and comedians because I have a really big soft spot. Because I'm an actor and comedian myself. But it's mostly business headshots, and those can get they get a little boring because usually it's the same. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But with when it's actors and comedians, like I get to be as creative as I want to be.
And if you want to get one of these, just use the promo code DeadPandaPodcast. We didn't discuss this at all. No.
No, it was not discussed. Where was I?
Somebody's gonna say that, and you're like, 5%.
That wasn't true though.
Yeah, like.
Maybe I'll be like 2.5%.
Yeah. Well, like I'm buying like chairs for the Dead Panda show, just folding chairs, and then I was at Walmart. They only had 2 black chairs. I'm like, okay, this one's good, and then this other one, it had like dents in it and it was all scraped up. I'm like, okay, maybe I can get a discount for this. And then like I went up there and talked to the lady. I'm like, this one's kind of dent up. She's like, 10% discount. I'm like,
really? So if you bring up like destroyed items.
Yeah. You could like key it yourself and then probably get a
Big Daddy? I think it's called.
Yeah.
With Adam Sandler. He's like, it's 5% off or something like that, or 20% off.
I mean, honestly, I wanted a bigger discount, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna take it.
Oh man, I want to try to pull that.
It wasn't pulling anything. It was like a piece of crap. There's a dent in it, and
there's going to be a Walmart footage of Luke destroying a chair.
It's like,
he's all like 10%.
But you don't want to like destroy it too much, otherwise then it's not really worth it.
Well, then you can't use it anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to be like destroyed like 10% of the actual product.
Yeah, enough.
Enough has to be destroyed.
Yeah, I would say it's it's pretty surface damage, so maybe like 3% destroyed. So
Okay.
10% discount. That's fair.
That is
I was
fair.
I was hoping for more, but I'm like, fine. I'm not.
But
not
just
gonna
imagine
argue.
what like that chair, its little adventure has gone through. Like, in the back, probably somebody was like mad. They're like, I want to go on my break.
Pretty much. I think Walmart, they're gonna go even more to automation in the coming
Wait, what
years.
do you mean?
I just saw this article online. They're gonna have like these little robots going around like vacuuming and restocking stuff.
Wait, so is it like, I thought it's either Amazon, Panasonic, or Tesla has those machines, right?
Oh,
I think so.
yeah, not. So
Not to that extent.
So the Amazon here, they have like a couple robots that move, not pallets, but yeah, just carts full of things from one area to another.
Oh.
But yeah, there are Amazons that are pretty well fully automated, except for like the packing and stuff like that.
I did not know that. So
Yeah.
my father-in-law, Donnie, hey, shout out to you, Donnie Thigpen.
Donnie.
He actually is a supervisor at one of those Walmarts, and I'm gonna have to ask him that because that's really interesting. I find that fascinating that these robots are now replacing people a little bit, and I just have that fear that I'll get lost in that kind of world when I'm 80. And because, like, I'll think it's, like, a real nurse, and it's like, hello. Or maybe the voice will be a little bit more smooth.
Yeah, I mean,
sound like the Jetsons.
They're gonna look good. They're gonna take, like, sex robots and then, like, put personalities in them or something.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that you went to sex robots right away. You're like, you know those sex robots that I've seen?
Yeah, totally. There's sex dolls and then make them into robots. And then we're going to grant them personhood. Like, you've seen Bicentennial Man with Robin Williams.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
I liked it. I really enjoyed that.
I would want to watch it again, maybe. Because, like, when you... Like, the previews, it's like, oh, it's this fun, zany comedy. And it is for, like, the first... like 40 minutes, and then after that it just gets really long and dark and drawn out, and
but that was a good
it like really flipped to being drama after like all the people he knows die, and it's like, jeez.
Oh man, he was such a great actor.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, I miss him.
He's one of the, well, there have been a few celebrities I like cried at their deaths. I don't know.
He was one of them.
Yeah, so him, Carrie
Fisher?
Carrie Fisher, yeah.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
Did you see her documentary? With her
No.
mom? Like, their dynamic relationship was just, oh my gosh. I don't even have words for it because it was mind-blowing how much they depended on each other. And I was a little jealous. I was like, I wish my mom was like that. I wish she was like... I wish she was just more kind to me a little bit more. Or, you know, be a millionaire. That'd be nice too.
Definitely.
Yeah, I forgot her mom's name. Is Reynolds.
Debbie Reynolds?
Debbie Reynolds, yes. For the longest time, I had no idea that was her mom. For the longest time. And I find that so fascinating because, like, to be... in the shadow of somebody like that, that's it's just mind-boggling.
Oh, definitely. Well, and like, how would you feel if you had a son and called him like Chris Thigpen Jr. and then he became some huge star? Like, how would that make you feel?
Actually, I would feel very proud.
Okay.
One, just having a child, that would be. I mean, that's already a feat on its own, and also frightening. I don't know. I have this very unrealistic fear that that my child will be like me but worse. And I don't want them to be like me.
Gotcha. Now, have you considered having children or adopting children?
Hopefully my mother's not listening.
Okay. Mine
so
either.
I've already told my mother that I don't, but Kurt and I have actually been talking about it. Also, hopefully his parents are not listening to this. Because then they're going to be like, where are those grandkids?
Yeah, I'll call you like Chris Thigpen in it, and then yeah, nobody will be able to find this.
Perfect.
Chris Thigpen.
Thigpen.
You're like, I actually kind of like that.
Actually, that's a really, really great stage name.
I sound badass. I got a leather jacket, tattoo.
Or just Thugman. Thugman.
Thigpen light.
Thugman. That sounds perfect. That's my new stage name.
Nice.
Or, what is it? Like, when writers, what is that called?
A pen name?
Yes, it's a pen name.
Yeah. Well, you know Brad Vance and yeah. Well, like, you know what his real name is or was?
Yes.
Orland Outland.
Yes.
That's a real man's name.
When he told me that for the first time, I did not believe him until he showed me his ID, and I was like, oh.
So Brad Vance is a friend of ours. We did improv with him, and then he got stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and then like. It was almost like a month after like he announced that to everyone. He was just
he was
gone.
It's, and pancreatic cancer is just that's a hard one too.
Yeah, like I don't know if Alex Trebek if he's gonna.
I know that's
because for a while he was in remission and now he's like got it again. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean he did that last episode with the All Stars contestants.
Yeah,
I actually watched that one and. I was hoping that one guy would lose.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. What's his name?
Oh.
Are you going to Google it?
Ken Jennings.
Ken Jennings!
Yeah, but
I was actually rooting for him to lose.
Well, like, I wanted to see, like, more of the episodes, but he was, like, he had, like, $32,000, like, got a daily double. He was like, I'll risk it all.
Yeah,
oh
I remember that.
I was like,
are you sure?
Get it wrong, get it wrong.
Yeah,
and then he's like, is it this?
Oh.
And he's right.
And
of course he is.
Oh man, I was so pissed when he was. I was like, God damn it.
He was like, I was only 99% sure, so I said it like it was a question.
I'm pretty convinced that Ken Jennings is an actual encyclopedia. He's not a real person.
He's...
Or he's just like...
an alien
He's a
being
Google
or
face.
Yeah.
He is just a Google. I don't know.
He's Siri or something. Just if you
And
peel back his face.
It's Siri! Run away! Or it's Alexa.
Anyway, I was talking Orland Outlands.
Yes.
Yeah, that's his real name. And then he used to write under that name. And then he got this review back. He's like talking about, and this Orland Outland writing with this preposterous pen name. I was like, really? That's his real name, bro.
It is. It really is.
But I guess.
But he got his name changed.
Yeah.
Before he passed. We miss our friend Brad.
Yeah.
He was an amazing man. Great writer. And he was also a comedian, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And he was also an actor and author.
Yeah, I had him on one of the Dead Panda shows. Yeah, because he was just starting out. Went to a lot of the Reno Improv open mics, and then at one point I'm like, yeah, he's good enough to be on some legit shows.
Yeah, he had some good,
definitely
good material. Oh man, why the feels, Luke?
Yeah, don't start crying.
I know.
Yeah, and we went to. What do you even call it? It's not a wake, but at the coffee shop.
It's not a wake. What do you call that?
I don't know. We just went
a celebration of
celebrating.
Life. Yeah.
Him, and a bunch of people were sharing different stories about Brad, and I don't know. He did tons of great improv scenes, but then the one that really stuck out to me was him and Jim Fleming. It might have been during a practice even, but they just came out there, like, acted like they were holding beers, and then they were just, like, standing, like, King of the Hill style, and they were just like, yep, and then took a sip, and then they turned to each other, and then bumped their bellies together, and it was just, like, magic.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it was. It was like, there were some moments in improv, like, where you're just like, oh my god, that was really something special.
I feel like I get a lot of those moments where I'm like, this needs to be written as an actual script,
Oh, bro.
and this needs to be recorded.
I don't know if you can think of any of your proudest moments doing improv.
Oh my god.
It's probably hard.
It's
You
hard
seem to
because
not like remember anything afterwards. I was like talking. Oh, you did this awesome character.
I know, and then I
afterwards.
forgot. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Well, do the Gretchen voice or.
Oh, I forgot how.
Insane. Yeah, it's like that.
Well, okay, so I actually came up with that voice right before we came on because we were doing this exercise backstage where you do a character. It was character work. So it was originally some nerdy kid, and then with the exercise you change one thing to make it different. So at first I did this nasal voice, and then
That's really creepy.
And
you sound like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite or something. I've been chatting with babes online all day.
and then they told me to change one thing, so I think I did a weird hunchback. I do remember that. And then they were like, change that again, and then the voice came out, and then they were like, holy shit, where'd that come from? And I was like, inside.
That sounds like a really fun exercise. I don't know if you would want to try it.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So you
just say a statement, but you have to do it in a character.
Okay. I like eating grapes.
Okay, change one thing.
I like eating grapes.
Change one thing.
I like eating grapes.
Change one thing.
I like eating grapes.
And do you notice your body was changing even more?
Yeah.
So I think that's the beautiful thing about that exercise.
That's kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just fun. It's also you realize how your body changes with your voice changing.
Yeah.
And, even though you don't realize it, then you're creating a new character every single time.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
you want to try it?
I've already did it. I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it again.
Okay. Do it again. Okay. So I'm just gonna say a statement.
Okay.
The Bride of Frankenstein.
Change one thing.
The Bride of Frankenstein.
Change one thing.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Change one thing. Should I ask you again or no? Again. Okay. You're like, I can't do it anymore. You're just like...
It's after a while, you're not even saying words.
You're like, who am I? I don't know anymore.
I think that's a wonderful exercise. So, even for comedy, even as a comedian. Because, sometimes, we try to mimic people, I mean, not in a terrible way, but it's just comedy in that way. We observe. So when you're observing people, you notice their stance, you notice how their voice is, you notice their pitch, even just how they move their eyes, just little tiny things like that. And it makes you not just a better actor, but a better improviser and a better comedian.
Awesome. Well, we're coming up on something now.
I can't even see the number.
Yeah.
How are you able to see that? Okay, wait.
Actually,
no.
I think it's just 21, but...
We are at 48 minutes.
Okay. Anything else you would like to say or talk about? Because we'll probably have you on again.
So when are we
quite
aired?
sure.
When is this being aired?
I'm going to try to put it up tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay, so we do have a show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
So we have a show January 24th at 8 p.m. Reno Improv, 695 Willow Street. Also, it's my birthday.
Yay!
What's my birthday?
How old are you going to be?
No.
Not sharing that information?
No, I'm just kidding. It's so I'm turning 32. Oh my god, I'm getting old.
Yeah, I'm 34. Jeez.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. 1985, 1985.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, that's all.
I remember we were talking. I thought we were the same age.
I mean, roughly.
No, that's not. You're 2 years older than me.
Yeah,
I thought. Because I thought when I said I was 31, I thought you said you were 31 too.
Nah.
Luke lied to me, you guys.
Apparently. Always.
Oh, so, yes. So we do have a show Friday. That is Friday.
And it's
January
at
24th.
8 p.m.
Mhm.
Reno Improv.
Yes.
Just $10 to get in.
Yes.
Talk about who's on it or.
I totally
Cord
forgot. Also, my
Snell.
co-host is Dylan Lusk.
Yeah.
I always have to plug this in that he always tells me like I have to say that he's handsome and he's really funny. I did it, Dylan. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually saw him today and it kind of threw me off. So I
Hmm.
saw him at so I went to an event. I had to take event photos for NCET, which is an organization here that specializes in advertising, marketing, and technology. And then I saw him because I totally forgot that he got a job at Digiman, Frank Haxton, love him, and he does their video.
Awesome.
Yeah, so snaps for Dylan for getting that job.
Yeah.
That's an awesome position.
Definitely.
And he gets to travel so
Yeah, and
much.
Michael's getting a new job as well.
I did not know
working
that.
for Custom Ink. So.
No way, Jamie. So Jamie Clark, shout out to Jamie Clark.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Dylan, I guess.
Shout out to Michael. Shout out to everyone.
to whoever else
Yeah.
names we've said. But Jamie Clark, who is part of my improv team called Adore That Spirit. I feel like I always look at you and I'm like, what is that? Because I always want to say ghost.
Yeah. You
but
changed the name like last month? Or?
Yes, we officially changed it last month.
And when is the next Doormat Spirit show? Because I think February 15th or the 14th?
February 14th.
Okay.
And your improv team is also performing with us. Yes.
We're maybe, aren't we? Or is
I
it
thought you
official?
were.
Okay.
Yeah, you
they
were
asked us to.
Yeah, so I
however,
assume that's a yes.
I still need to talk with my girlfriend if I can perform on the 14th for obvious reasons.
She can come to the show.
Yeah, I think she's kind of tired of that.
You know what? My husband told me the same thing.
I'm constantly doing comedy things, and yeah, your girlfriend wants to be supportive, your significant other wants to be supportive, but it's like
I've seen
always
her
the
in the
same.
back clapping and laughing. So
Yeah,
she's still there. I feel like my husband will just start looking at his phone, and he's like, "I heard this."
Exactly.
But yes.
Do some new material, you hack.
Son of a bitch. Or I'll just start talking about like our life, and he does not enjoy that. But yes, so that's our next show is February 14th.
And then the 15th, are you on then?
Yes, we
Okay.
both of our teams.
And then my team, Bad Horse, we will be on as well. So
Yeah,
it's
so-
gonna be an amazing night. These guys are awesome.
Yeah, so Bad Horse is also
We're even
really great.
better. Like, no, we do very different things. It's
So Bad Horse does the Herald. We do art. My team does a lot of narrative. Actually, a lot of narrative. It's narrative.
yes. Mostly narrative, 99.
99% because
Narrative.
I black out. But do you have anything closing? I don't know how the.
I mean,
the
we're
ritual
still
is.
talking about the show.
Okay.
So anyway, headliner Cord Snell.
Oh yes.
Feature Nick Taro. He hosts the library open mic on Wednesdays.
And
Shout
then
out to
there's
Nick Taro.
3 comedians who are going to be on Friday from San Jose.
Yeah.
Or
There's
if it's not
James-
San Jose, it's Sacramento.
Somewhere.
One of those places in California.
I don't have the flyer on me, but I remember James Hamburger Matthews. That's the main one.
Oh, that's right. He has
and
such
then
a funny name.
Jen. Shoot me.
She used to be local,
Yeah.
and then she moved to Sacramento, San Jose, and or LA. One of those places.
Yeah, I'm blanking on her last name right now.
I know.
Is it? It's not Gonzalez. No, that's another person. Yeah. Too many.
Are you just gonna like start spewing out like Spanish last names?
Yeah. Is it Rodriguez?
Is it
Gonzalez?
Geraldo?
Jimenez? It's one of those.
It's one of those, I think. But yes, please come to the show January 24.
And then technically tonight, if this comes out on Thursday the 23rd, open mic nights at Blind Onion at 7 p.m. I will be hosting.
Yes.
It'll be fun.
Luke will be there.
And how are you guys gonna do the hosting? Are you both gonna get on stage together?
Yeah,
and,
we're both gonna be on stage.
You got a plan, or
yeah, it's a half-assed plan.
Hey, that's better than no
I
plan.
think we're gonna mostly talk about our relationships.
Okay.
Because he's gonna talk about his girlfriend, and I'm gonna talk about my husband.
Yeah,
it's because it's so close to Valentine's Day.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, and I might bring up how old I feel.
Awesome.
I feel old.
Yeah, I will be there. But yeah, it's definitely a whole different ball game. Like being on stage with someone else, like doing stand up. It's maybe awkward because it's like.
Well, you did it with Michael. How did that?
Yeah. It's. I think it's really went well 1 out of 4 times. The other times it's either gone bad or okay. And then Steven and Michael, they hosted this month, and that didn't go well at all.
Oh no.
Because like they had a plan, but then they didn't stick to
I
it
don't
at all.
remember. Wait, was that on the chat? I don't remember that. Did they talk about it, or did they?
No,
just,
they didn't talk about it.
They just left it.
Yeah, they
under
just
a rug, and they're like, "We're never gonna talk about this."
Yeah, like I don't think they even discussed it among themselves what went wrong.
Oh no.
But well, like it doesn't.
You know what?
really...
It's an experience.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like
like
that's what it is.
And they probably aren't gonna co-host again together ever. I mean,
you never know.
You never know, but I mean, me and Michael, we do it all the time. So. We're getting better at it because it's like we try to set each other up for jokes, and then you just sort of gotta like listen, and then you can make a comment on the joke or something.
I think for Dylan and I think we're just gonna be able to feel it out, really. And we have a pretty good relationship, so
yeah.
Not with each other, no. But I feel like we've got a pretty good flow, and I know his style, and he definitely knows mine. So
cool. Yeah, and like Sarah Rooker and Andrea B, like they're like constantly co-hosting together, so they got a real rapport.
Yeah, they have a really great relationship.
So I thought like I was gonna hop on stage and with someone else that's gonna read
a tiny bit similar.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
you've seen Andrea, and we're back.
Okay. Yeah, that was awkward. The camera stopped, but we were still recording audio, so yeah, you might have. I think you basically just said, "Oh, Sarah Rooker, Andrew B, you're awesome," and then that's all you missed if you're watching the video. Anyway,
that was it.
That was it. Anyway, now we're pretty much done.
Yeah, like now I have less clothes.
Yeah. Ooh, showing off them tats.
They're gonna. All the comments will be like, "What a slut." It'll be all based on. So I was actually talking to my husband about that. Like I get mostly, people tend to judge me on the way I look instead of like they don't ever tell me like, oh okay, I've heard that from one person. You're intelligent. You're pretty smart for someone who looks like you.
If it's any, I've never thought of you as being intelligent.
Oh, thank you.
But I mean, I can see how you would be.
Yeah, so even today I had a meeting, no, that was yesterday. We had a meeting with someone, and they immediately complimented me on my looks right away. Like, but nothing based on what we talked about. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't know if you've ever had that situation where like people just immediately just judge you just on your looks.
I mean, I think I'm fairly basic.
No.
I don't know, maybe not.
I love that you're like, I'm pretty vanilla.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm...
I don't know. Some people find me handsome.
Your
Some
girlfriend,
people think
yes.
Yeah. I think she finds me way more handsome than I actually am.
Oh, but it's because she loves you.
Yeah, she's like, you have no idea how handsome you are.
Oh.
It's like, oh my god. It's like I'm not.
I say that to my husband.
It's like
all the time.
I'm okay looking. And she's like, your belly, it's going away. I'm like, no, it's not.
Why do you have to say
it's like,
your belly?
Yeah, it's like, I don't have six-pack abs. Like, it's not there. Like, maybe say it's going away when you start to see
some definition. Are you working out? Is that what you're like?
Yeah, I had been, but then I don't know, just the last.
I love that you were
couple-
like, well, you know, my rotator cuff.
Yeah, like there's. I mean, I did a lot of rock climbing, and then.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I just.
I did
In
not
like
know that.
2015, I was like, it was right before I went to Korea.
Mhm.
I was down staying in St. Louis with my parents, and me and my dad went climbing like the day before, and we climbed for a couple hours, and then like we went and got lunch, and then we climbed a few more hours, and then just at a certain point, like just something popped in it, and I've had like.
Like while you were climbing, or?
Yeah. Like it felt kind of sore, and then I just grabbed the wall, and then something like popped in there. So, yeah, I've sort of just been dealing with like some shoulder issues ever since then. It's been pretty good, but just the last couple weeks, like, been jacked up for whatever reason. I don't know. I tried lifting heavier weights or something.
Honestly, I've always wanted to go rock climbing, but then I was like, oh no, I think that's just a white people thing. Because they do it for fun. Like camping.
There were a ton of Asian people there when
last time. I don't know about that.
I do. There were Asian people there. I swear to
God damn it.
Well, and like in Korea, it's a fairly big sport. Like
yeah, I
like
do that.
Yeah, some of the best rock climbers are Korean.
I feel like I will appreciate it. Because I also have a fear of like just falling. Just period falling.
Yeah.
So
that happens.
Like when I'm in my room, I just have that fear.
Oh, okay.
Just
Is that
anywhere.
what? Do you sleep on the floor? Like
no. Actually, our bed is actually incredibly high. Because you know, we're crazy, and we just want a high bed because I want to feel superior.
Anyway, I've been trying to end this podcast for the last like 30 minutes, but it's just.
Oh my God! We just keep talking. Oh my God! Yes.
But
so, how do you end this?
We'll definitely have Chris back on in the future.
Yes.
And he's gonna let us record here every time.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Promo code deadpan. No. Well, like if you have a certain sign off. Michael always has one. Stay sweet.
Stay sweet.
I gotta come up with one.
Wait, what did you end with?
I have no idea what I ended with last time.
You don't remember the conversation?
Oh, I'll come up with something. See you later. Okay.
God bless you.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I remember when I was in 6th grade. I would
another
say,
fucking story.
Oh my God, Luke!
Anyway.
No, I used to say love, peace, and chicken grease. I don't know if you've ever heard that.
Yeah, I've heard it.
I used to say that all the time until someone told me it was very annoying.
Sounds like something a 6th grader would say.
That was
cheese and rice.
Cheese and crackers.
Yeah.
God bless.
Okay. I will say, here's my super special sign off. Goodbye.